When I was a young man, Mother and I ran a motel. 25 things you didn't know about Brett Kavanaugh. I spent my teenage years completely blacked out, yet I remember never doing anything wrong. In high school, I was voted most likely to need 65 character witnesses. Well, now it's Joe Biden grabs women by the pussy. Not that he even needs to say it. The liberal media and liberal party is doing it for him. Exactly what Republicans want, for us to go down the rabbit hole of Joe Biden's sex monster. So now everybody's investigating, but there is no fact-finding here. It's a he said, she said something else entirely. Yes, Biden's accuser, Tara Reade, has been contradicted by multiple people, most importantly, Tara Reade. But 3 Republicans found a little backbone this week, and there is going to be, we are going to have an investigation of Brett Kavanaugh, who's up with the Supreme Court, as you know, and the investigation by the FBI is gonna last 1 week, so put that on your fucking calendar, Brett Kavanaugh. Your little calendar that you save and you write everything down on. But come on, Republicans have a lot of trouble with women. That's a sausage party in the Republican Party. They know. What? Show a little bit of that video by somebody who had the guts.
That's what you're telling me right now. Look at me when I'm talking to you. You're telling me that my assault doesn't matter.
But you know, her testimony, when someone's being real, it shows. It reads, even conservatives had to admit it was compelling and credible. It was so compelling and so credible. What? What the fuck? We're letting this person change the subject from Donald Trump, lethal incompetent, to Joe Biden, sex monster? She literally wrote a love letter to the murderer trying to keep Biden from the White House. Yet the New York Times is calling for the DNC to establish a truth panel on this. Truth panel, huh? Which part? Putin's reverence for animals or how intoxicating he is to women? But this was a very different Brett Kavanaugh. He came out swinging like his penis at a college party. Well, well, there's a this stuff happened so fast in this last week. We remember at the beginning of the week, you had a second accuser. Also rather credible, who said this was at Yale. He was at a party there and said she was drunk, and he dropped his pants in front of her and exposed himself. I mean, imagining opening your eyes and seeing that dick. And you know what? We have the evidence, his yearbook and everything. This choir boy act, Kavanaugh, was like, you know, I spent my high school years concentrating on my friendships in church. A lot about church. You know what defense doesn't work so great anymore? I can't be a sex criminal. I'm a Catholic. Well, just because Fox News is obsessed with the Biden sex assault allegations, it doesn't mean the rest of us have to be. Let's get to the other dick in the news. Brett Kavanaugh is the... we have an extremely credible woman, a psychology professor, who says back in 1982, when she was 15 and Kavanaugh was 17, Kavanaugh and a friend attacked her at a party. And I told you, the Republicans, they all get behind the same story. The one they are all talking about now today, I can't even believe this, is that, listen to this is their best defense yet. Dr. Ford perhaps was attacked, but not by Brett Kavanaugh, by someone who looked exactly like Brett Kavanaugh. This is what his doppelganger, that's what they're saying. But on this one, I'm with Bogey, who said, I'm no good at being noble, but it doesn't take much to see that the problems of 3 little people don't amount to a hill of beans in this crazy world. Because believing everything doesn't make you noble, it makes you gullible. Trump knows this because he said he and Brett Kavanaugh had a long, serious talk, pussy grabber to pussy grabber. He is a fucking liar and a drunk. Definitely a drunk, but he might not. He might not get on. That's at least the glimmer of hope we have for 1 week. He might not. For 1 week. For 1 week, you can look your kids in the eye and say, America is not a country that puts a predator on the Supreme Court. This story is gathering an importance it should not have. There is so much at stake in this next election. The entire world needs to be put back together like Humpty Dumpty. Why should one person's victimhood trump everyone else's? She says Biden attacked her, and he says he didn't. Those are their positions. How about this for yours? Don't know, never will, don't care. Geez, you waited 27 years. It couldn't hold another few months? That's what I would like to ask Ms. Reade. Why now?
It's a good question. Number one, I was a Democratic caucus. You ever been to a caucus? No, you haven't. You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier.
You are fake news.
Absolute rubbish.